Hi there. My name is Sean Brown, and I'm here to walk you through Google Classroom so you can see what it looks like as a student and how to navigate everything. Hopefully you've had a chance or can see the Google slides that will go through detail, and that's what we're going through today, but I'm going to run it through the video. So here we are. The first thing you need to do is you need to go to Google Classroom, and you type that in by going to classroom.google.com. You'll see that up here on the top right, or top left, sorry. Jump in, turn on my annotates to see where I'm pointing. And then you'll come to your Classroom homepage. Right here, you have two ways of joining a Google Classroom. Right up here in this top right, you'll see a little plus. If your teacher gives you a code to join, you'll go ahead and you'll type in your code right here and you'll say join and you'll be good to go and you'll be in the class and it will show up in your classroom homepage like this. If you aren't given a code, then your teacher will have invited you from the classroom. And when that happens, you'll get a classroom right here and it will say join right here. So you just go ahead and click join on it and then you are in the classroom. That's all you need to do. If this is your first time coming into a classroom, you're going to have a different window that's going to ask if you're a student or a teacher. Just select student and you'll be able to go in and the system will know that you're a student then. So that might happen before that last step we just had, just to help you think that through. Okay, so that's basically joining a class. Now let's go talk about how you navigate around a class. Your main point place is this right here, this classroom homepage. And this is how you'll move around. You'll see here in the top left of this page, we'll call it the 3-line icon. You click on that, and this is a lot of navigation for all your classes. You'll be able to jump to here where we're at, this home screen, be able to go to the calendar. We'll talk about that a little later. You can click on your to-do, which shows all of the to-dos and assignments that you have due in all your classes right here, combines them all into one. All your classes will list here, so you can see that I have 3 of them, and then you have your settings down here, where you can change your notifications and how you want to work through the classroom and have things notified of what is done. On this, you'll see right here is the main title of the class. You can click on that and you can go in. Down here, you'll see a folder for where your Google Drive is, and we'll talk about that in a second. And then right up in here, this is where you'd click on and you would unenroll or move this class. Don't do the unenroll unless your teacher has told you to do that. The moving would happen unless you had 20 classes and you just want to like move this over here, you know, just to kind of organize how you do things. You can grab and pull, or you can just say move, and then it will happen in here like to the beginning kind of thing. So that is how that works. So let's go into that menu navigation. So you get up here and you'll see all of them. So we have classes, calendar, I'll click on it. Classes takes you here. Calendar jumps you to your entire class. All your homework assignments that you have due will be here. You can navigate right through your calendar right here. It's just a nice, simple way to quickly see what you have going on. The 3-line icon takes you back here. You can hit the to-do list. It takes those things you have in your calendar and puts them in a different format, a kind of a vertical format here. You'll see, let me get this out of the way so I can show you all the screen. You'll see these are your classes that have things to do that don't have due dates in them. And then the list of to do, I have one assignment that would say is due today, and then one assignment that's due tomorrow. Once I've done something, you can click over the done, you'll see what's been done kind of thing. If you did it and it was due today, it's already done. And over here on the right, you'll see where it says just turned in. Simple way to navigate all of your classes into one place. Some of you guys will just have one class. Some of you guys will, like be the junior in high school, you'll have multiple classes. So that is how you want to navigate that. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the classroom. Let's keep going on the navigation and look about how we navigate when we are in a class. So I'm gonna go into my test class here. When you're in, you'll see that on the top here, you still have your 3-line icons, so you can jump back and forth, but you'll see you have the stream icon. So if I click on that, and that's where I'm at now, this is the ongoing flow or stream of all the information that goes to your class or their class posts and all that kind of stuff. And you can post directly here as well as your teacher can post directly here if you're given those rights. The next is the classwork. This is the main body of your class and all the content that is in your classroom. Here you will typically find a classroom overview, what the class is about, syllabus. It will tell you about what's going on in your classroom and your contact information, the links that you can get into Zoom meetings or emails and all that kind of stuff. You'll see some sort of a classroom overview up on top. Then you'll see things like materials. These are information or content that you'll need to always kind of be there to help you get assignments done and do work. Then you'll just see things like assignments and quizzes, and these things just will happen. Like when you're given an assignment, it'll show up there, and then when it's done, it just flows down, farther down the feed kind of thing. And it really depends on how your teacher organizes your classroom. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit later. And then the far right one is people, and this just shows who's in your class. Since it's a test class, I just have one student in here, so I'm not seeing students, but I see myself as a teacher. If I jump back to another class that we have that I'm testing with, if I jump over to people, you'll see here's the teachers for this class. I viewed all, and then this is all my classmates. So this is a class that the teachers are going through to learn how to do or work on using Google Classrooms. So you can get a sense of how you do the navigation that way when you're in the class. The last thing I wanted to point out navigation-wise is when you're back at this folder here, you'll see that your every class has a drive folder down here. So when you click on, when you join a class, it automatically creates a whole folder system in your Google Drive folder for your Google Apps section. If you click on it, you'll see I'll jump right in there, and you'll see that the pathway will show up here on the right. It says My Drive Classroom, and then the classroom's name is Test. I can also go over here to My Drive, and then it will say Classroom here, and then you know, these are the 3 classes you saw before, so each of them have a folder. So I can click on the folder Test, and all the content goes in here for that classroom. And anything specific to you, you have your assignments show up for you that are specific to you, not the other students in your class. So that's basic navigation, just moving around. Next, I'm going to dive into the specifics, and we'll talk about the stream, and then we'll talk about the classroom, like classwork more. But if I know I went over that kind of fast, so if you need to go back and think about navigation, please feel free to do so. Just keep watching the video, you know, or look at the Google Slides that are with this video to help refresh how you do it. So let's go ahead and jump into the stream. So I'm just going to click on the class. We jump in, and you'll see this is the stream. And you know, it's pretty straightforward and kind of how you think thing. Right at the top, it'll see share something with your class. So you can go right in here and you can say hi. And when you do that, it will send hi to your entire class. Everybody will see it, and everybody will be able to comment on it. So know that everything you post here is seeable, and know that even if you delete it, your teacher will still see it. So you can go up here and you can hit delete. That might delete for the stream, but your teacher will still see what you have. So make sure that you are appropriate in this section, or you will lose the rights to be able to post to the stream. So try to make those efforts. When you are posting, you'll see here that I can say hi, and then I can also add content to my post. So I can just go to my Drive if I have a document in there and put it right away. If I'm trying to link to something on the web, I can do that right away here too. I can upload a file from my computer, or I can share a YouTube clip. These rights are really just based on the appropriateness of how you guys use these things. So if this breaks down, then you'll lose the ability to do that. But the more we're appropriate, the more we can, you know, we can all help each other out and have fun with this kind of system. So that's how you can post and add to the stream. Let me go on down here. So when something's posted to you though, so let's say right here, this was content that was posted to the stream that says read this. So you can just click on it and it will go ahead and read. Right here, you can see this is an assignment. See over these ones right here, nothing says assigned. But right here, this one is an assigned. So it's an assignment that you can start operating. You can make comments here. That is not doing the assignment, that's just making comments on the assignment, so you can ask for clarification if you want this way. It does go to the entire class. But if you want to like actually work on the assignment, you click on the title of it right here, and it will jump you into it. I'm going to discard changes what I made before, sorry. And so it jumps in to your assignment, and here it is. And what you'll see is that you'll see the title of the assignment. In this section right here, if there was a description or instructions on the assignment, it would show up right in here. If your teacher attached a rubric or some information on how you are to do the assignment, how you're kind of graded, it would show up in this section right here. And then if your teacher provided for you a document to work on, it would be provided right up in this section up here. Or if the teacher said, go ahead and create a Google Doc and start your assignment, then you would create it right here. If you want to ask your teacher a question that doesn't go to the entire class, you would type it in right here and it'd be this private comment section and your teacher will get it. So you would open your assignment up, you'd work on it, do it how you were asked to do, and then when you were done, you'd come back here and say turned in. And at that point, the document is no longer in your control, it's in the teacher's control, and they can grade it. And then or they can send it back, they can send it back to you with some comments, you'd work on it again, and you need to come back here again and say, turn it back in to get it back to them. And so that is the basic structure for opening up an assignment from the stream. We're going to go through assignments like crazy, but I wanted you to get a sense of how the stream worked. Let me go back again. So I go up here, well, I can just press the back button. So I'm back in my stream. You'll see like right here, this is an icon for assignment, like this, it's like a paper icon here. If I scroll down, you'll see another, like this is just a quiz, like a quick question thing. You'll see the icons of a question. And you can go ahead and just directly answer this in the stream. I've already done it so you can't see it, but you should click it and then you'd say turn in, and then you'd be good to go, and you'd send it. So this wouldn't be like a quiz that's an assignment that'd be graded kind of use. That would happen, and it would show up like an assignment. This would be just a straight, hey, I'm asking a few questions. It's in the stream. Go ahead and answer those questions, and we can kind of tally or create a poll for the class. It's that kind of thing. But you'll see the icon change. Just pay attention to this right side here, and it will tell you what you need to do, assign it or turn it in. Okay, so that's the basic stream. Let's go ahead and jump to how you view assignments. Like I said, you'll see that it says assigned right here. If you look in the slide deck, you'll also see where it would say missing. So if this date, like up here, you'll see how it says due date this is due tonight at 11:59 p.m. If I don't do this and say turned in, what's going to happen is this is going to shift from assigned to missing. So pay attention to that. If something says missing, then you've got to make sure you follow your teacher's policies on how you're going to go ahead and turn that in. So you'll see the title, you'll see the due date right up there. You'll see, to get to it, you click it by opening the title, and then you have the class comments down here. So you guys can have conversations about the assignment while it's happening, as well as right here where you can just say mark done. So I'll go ahead and do that. Mark it done, it comes up, it gives you a little bit of a warning, say when you're ready to mark it done, your teacher's gonna see this done and they're ready to start grading it. So you say mark done and it's done. And then it just says turned in. If you wanna bring it back before your teacher starts grading it, you can click unsubmit. They would know that it's not turned in at that point, and then you have control over it again. But you can't edit the doc while that's the case. Actually, let me show you the two different versions here. So see this right here, it says write an essay about your weekend, and then there's just a Google Doc here, and it says mark done. This is a doc that the teacher basically would have said, this is for the whole class, go in and you guys can all edit and everybody's collaborating on this one doc. That's why it says turned in here. If I go back and look at the other assignment that I had, let's see here, I'm just gonna go to test up here at the top, takes me to my class. This one right here, oh, that's the wrong one, sorry. Let's go down to the one that was above it, right here. You'll see that this is not a doc, it's not over here as a doc for you to edit on, it's actually a doc up here that says your work. In this case, it's a doc that's sent to you and you're editing it and it's just yours. It's not, and everybody in your class could have a separate doc they're editing, but it's just yours. And you'll see where it says turn in here versus mark done. So marking done means you're done with that collaboration. Turned in means you're turning in the assignment. Look at the Google slide deck. I might have done a better job of explaining it there. So go ahead and read that. And I think it will help you out. Okay, let's keep going down here. I'm looking over here on my slides to kind of make sure we get through it. Okay, we talked about all of that there. So let's jump. We talked about the submitting and unsubmitting, so we're good there. Let's talk about how we view and find our assignments. So that was one way. Obviously, you'd see it in the feed here. The other is to get back to the classes up here. You'll see the right in this box right here, you'll see like upcoming assignments. So when you're doing a classroom just of overview of all your classes, you'll be able to see the closest ones that are due in this space right here. But also down here, there's a little icon that has like a little person in it. You go ahead and click on that, and that will open up all of your work that you have to do, and you can filter by what you want to see. So I can just say, this is all of it in one long feed, or I can say, what is assigned to me? Or I can say, what's been returned with a grade? I don't have anything like that. Or I can say, what's missing? I don't have any documents or assignments right now that I've passed the time of being due. But this is a way to help you organize and think through the entire thing. And you'll find that again by going to your classroom. Sorry, let's get back to the main screen. Go to the classroom homepage right here and clicking on this right here. So far, you'll be able to see your assignments. We talked about seeing them in the stream. We talked about seeing them right here. We talked about seeing them in this drop down and looking in the to-do. And the other space is once you're actually in the classroom, you can go over to that classwork section, and depending on how your teacher has it organized, they might have a topic called assignments, and you'll just see all the assignments breaking down here. So the ones that are due tomorrow, due here, or here's all the assignments just have no to-do date. So they're all the same assignments. You can just see them in lots of different places, lots of ways to navigate it. Find the way that works for you. Use the calendar, use the to-do list, use it in your classroom. All of them work really, really well. Go ahead and look at the Google slide deck. That will help you as well to see a better example of all those options. Okay, let's go ahead and go down to, let's focus here on this classroom tab for a second. I talked about it already, but you should get a sense of this classroom overview up here. Let me jump to another class that I have, this under, that I call classroom template. And you'll see just some examples of how your teacher could have organized your class. It really depends on the structure. So this classroom here has a classroom overview as well. But you'll see down here, these are some options about how the class could be organized. So for example, this is one where they can be organized by assignments. So I just took an image of a teacher who has organized their classrooms by assignments. And you'll see, so there's like classroom materials, here's assignments that are due today, kind of thing. We can go to an example of sorting by units. So you might see a classroom that looks like this as well. Go in here and it'll say unit 1. And then here's your information, your materials right here. See this icon right here, the book and the bookmark here, that's a material. Here's a question, there's this quiz here. And here's an assignment with the book thing, the notepad. So just lots of different options about how a class could be organized. But in general, there should always be a classroom overview. And then you'll see something along the lines of assignments and materials. But the rest of how it is organized will really depend on your teacher, and the class structure or the purpose of the class will help you think about those options. Like here's an example of one sorted by just weeks of the year. So here's week 1, this is the stuff to do. Here's week 2. It really, really depends how that would play out. So, that's really the gist of Google Classroom, guys. I hope that you can spend some time looking through this. I hope our video is not too long for you here, that you can just kind of go back, play it over and over. My goal is to keep it under 20 minutes in a very simple way, so you can just look and think about how to navigate around the class, join a class, and see how things could work. Feel free to engage with your teachers and ask them questions. I'm sure they'd be happy to help you. Thanks for your time.